more my facial expressions are like going from smiling to like, oh shit, oh shit.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. We are here with a G87 M2 at the Pocono Raceway, getting ready for impact. This is my friend Chris's car, and the shop is RPI'd. Some really cool features on it. This is gonna be the first time that we have driven, been in, and actually seen one of these cars modified. It's going to be an exciting video. All right, guys, this is my buddy Chris with the M2. Chris, welcome to the channel, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for coming on and bringing this beautiful M2. This thing is stunning.
For sure.
It's
yeah,
really,
it's awesome.
really good. Tell me a little bit about the stuff that you guys have done to it so far.
Okay.
And then we will bring these guys along for a ride. It's going to be my first time driving one and being in one.
It's going to be a little
excited.
So if we're talking about exterior, let's talk about cosmetics first. Reese and Dylan from R44 sent out the full R44 G87 kit.
Yeah.
So that includes the MHC front lip, the MHC side skirts,
Yeah.
the MHC carbon fiber mirror caps, and the MHC diffuser and rear winglets.
I love it, dude. That looks so good. Very subtle.
For sure. Going even further, this is probably the...
this thing is so sick, dude.
Yeah, this is probably the big thing this weekend. So this is from Alpha N. We paint matched it black sapphire metallic. We do have one piece of exposed carbon. And then if you go inside and mind my trunk, it's a little messy. We kept the Alpha N logo with the exposed carbon.
A little Easter egg.
So this is a fully carbon fiber trunk, but you can't really tell unless you get up close. And yeah, I think that's probably the sickest part about the car. The ducktail gives this kind of like an old school CSL vibe.
Sure.
And that's exactly what this coupe is. You know, it's just
Z46. We're at a racetrack.
Darn E46.
It is what it is. But let me just say, the fitment is perfect.
Yes.
Like carbon trunks notoriously do not fit well. This thing is flawless all the way through. Like, mind your gaps. These are OEM gaps. Probably better. All the way through. It looks extremely good, man.
Yeah, Alpha N is probably the top tier carbon fiber company. There's a reason for it, and the price definitely matches, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw the price.
But it's pretty cool. More exterior, so we'll go down to the BBS wheels. These are BBS LMs, 436 and 437s.
Nice.
They are from a G80. They can also fit the F90. There's something called the I&D spec.
Okay.
That just means they're good for 3 cars, you know, the M2, the G80, and the F90. And then the cap is the coolest part to me because these caps are only available in red and white, red and silver, as a floating cap set. They're not supposed to fit forged wheels, so what we did is we modified the cap and we took off the weight so that I could achieve that red and silver, red and white color scheme.
Yeah, that's nice, dude.
And use the cap on the
It's
wheels.
like just the little touches, man.
Little touches. So, I mean, with the shop, like, our colors are red, white, and black, and if you see the car, that's really what I tried sticking with.
Yeah, it looks great.
Just kind of subtle branding and just a very classy build.
So we were talking off camera, and these wheels, just the style with the LM mesh in the dish against the G87 is probably my favorite, and even the G80s and G82s is probably like the most tasteful setup that you can have, in my opinion, with these cars.
For sure.
You guys knocked it out of the park with this. It looks so freaking good.
There's one other wheel I would get for these, and it's actually on the I&D G87. It's the E89s, but they are a 1.5-year wait list. So I drove 17 hours for these. I did a 3-way Bimmer Post deal when I sold my G80, and yeah, it worked out.
They're stunning, man.
Yeah.
They work out really good. These cars are a bit controversial.
Yes, they are.
What has been your, from an owner's perspective, what has been your experience with feedback when people see it in person?
I mean, honestly, people are surprised. They've seen pictures online, and they don't really know the proportions until they see it in person. And as soon as they see it in person, basically everybody has been a fan. There's a few people that don't like it, but like that's okay.
Can't win them all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Very reminiscent of E30, wide hips. You know, it's very angular, kind of squared off a little bit.
It is square. I mean, the way that the carbon and the ducktail and everything winds out, there's boxiness, but there's also a little bit of roundness where it should be. So
yeah.
I would say that it's like a really good mix between like a 46 and a 36. Yeah.
What are you lowered on?
These are KW Haas kits. Fun fact, they are applicable to the G87, G82, and G80.
Nice.
It's the same kit. The front is fully lowered, so if you're looking for max low, I mean, this is how much you got.
Yeah.
The rear is not fully lowered. The only reason we did that is because we wanted to see how low it would go.
Yeah, settle in.
So we could probably lower it a little bit.
Sure.
Personally, I think that it's pretty even on a plane, so yeah, I think we're good there. So my friends at Dynan, because I built a Dynan M2 in the past, we decided to work together again, and they sent me some Dynan goodies. So I have the top mount intakes. A lot of people in these cars have been running front mount. Personally, up here we get a lot of rain, so we thought top mount might be better.
Yeah.
And then the carbon fiber engine cover. In terms of bolt-ons in the engine, that's it. But there is a surprise. If you look down here, we have a JB4 hiding on there. The reason I'm doing that is because with this car being the first one in Philly, we did the initial dyno, and then we are going to do a secondary dyno with JB4 numbers.
Okay.
And then throw that out and do a full unlock.
Cool.
So how we installed that was, normally you'd run it through the grommet down here.
Yeah.
But we actually just ran it through the door and then hit it in the rubber.
Sure.
So that it's easy in and out. It gives you a little bit of power for this weekend.
Yeah.
Makes me slightly competitive, but not too fast.
It should be interesting because there won't be many of these cars out here competing.
For sure.
That would be cool.
For sure. And I mean, with the JB4, I'm guessing it's anywhere from like 520, maybe 530 wheel. Okay. That's pretty fast for a little car like
Definitely,
this.
yeah.
Especially rear wheel drive.
So the way that you spec this, he's obviously got the buckets, which are beautiful.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah, so if you look, it's a full carbon bucket.
Yeah.
About the M2s, you actually can't get a colored bucket, so you can only get them in this tri-color BMW colors.
Yeah.
And you can only buy them as part of a $9,500 package, which includes the carbon fiber interior, the carbon fiber roof.
Oh, okay.
And
so when you get the roof, you get the buckets, you get all.
Yeah, and you get 1 day at the M Performance driving school, which I booked for BMW Invasion.
And you've got manual. I
do have manual. Honestly, I know that the autos are better in this car, but I have to say the manuals are fun. They're a little bit more engaging.
Why don't we go for a drive?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it. So I think we're going to do a startup. So right now it's very loud. It's mad catless downpipes. They don't have O2 spacers, so there is a cell, but as soon as I get tuned, we'll get that out. It's an active auto equal length. I think it's one of the first cars to have the equal length, and then a Dynan rear with the polished tips. If you look at the tips though, they're not really polished anymore. It's more like a yellowy champagne color. It's probably just because I've been ripping on the car for a couple days.
Sweet, let's hear it. These wheels are 20s?
Yeah, 20 by 10, 20 by 11.
Isn't it crazy how like M2s now are rocking 20s?
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, put 20s on an F87 and they look massive.
I'm pretty sure that Edelweiss was rocking 21s on there.
Seriously.
Like a 2021 staggered setup or something.
Wow.
I think it would probably look a little weird. Yeah, I don't know if I would. Yeah, I don't know if I'd run that.
I think it'd be a little large.
It has to be functional.
The proportions would be a little weird, I think. Dude, this is my first time being here.
At Impact?
All of it.
Oh shit.
Poconos, Impact, all of it. Dude.
You're in for it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm about to just have
crazy,
a field day,
dude.
man. I'm so excited.
Yeah, especially when you race, because the race pass lets you basically do whatever you want. You can go anywhere, you can drive anywhere.
I'm into it.
Alright, you ready for this?
Yes, sir. It's so loud. God, it's loud.
That's stock verbal too. I mean, like the tune's on, but
that's just like
no
natural.
flame tune or
Yeah.
So fast.
This shit is sick, dude.
Yeah.
This car is sick.
I think they actually pipe in some active sound. I
Yeah.
don't know how much, honestly, but I mean, the cool part is right now I'm in Sport Plus, so like this thing rips. If I want to rip it, I can rip it. But if I also want to just put it in comfort, I can take a date. I can take my parents out. Like it's so quiet now.
Yeah, it's very easygoing.
The minute the minute you pop it on, that's it. And this does not have a valve controller, so this isn't even as loud as it can get. These are just stock valves, whatever they retain through the dining system.
So I can immediately tell by the wheelbase, like that this drives dramatically different than the G80.
Than the G80?
Just from sitting in the passenger seat and like being in G80s all day. Dude, it's so good.
Dude, it's
I love it.
Pretty crazy. Yeah. I can't wait to take it on track. I haven't taken it on track.
It's gonna be so good on the track.
I know.
It's gonna be so good on the track.
Yeah. Because I sim a lot. Me and my buddy have these crazy big sims. And, I'm just a little worried that it's like too powerful. Like these cars.
Yeah.
You download 200 horsepower and it's like, what's going on? But
so what do you think the car's at right now?
Probably, I mean, with the bolt-ons, I don't know what the bolt-ons give me, but it's full bolt-on, so...
Well, factory, it's what, 4...
They say 450.
Okay.
But we dynoed it on an SAE corrected dyno, so like temperature accurate, condition accurate, and it was 478.
Wow.
And then the JB4 claims 75, and then whatever little stuff you get from the downpipes or the exhaust.
So what, maybe high fives? Mid to high fives?
I would say mid fives.
Okay.
Yeah, like maybe mid fives.
But I'll be honest, man, that's like a really good power level to be at,
and it's
especially for a car that you're planning on tracking.
Manual.
Yeah.
I mean, these roads are probably 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You're never going to be going like 60 to 130 down a road like this. It's just not.
It doesn't feel heavy though. Like it doesn't drive like a heavy car.
That's true.
Which is what I was mostly worried about. It is heavy.
Yeah.
No, on paper it absolutely is.
Yeah, for sure. But you can do some really cool stuff. Like you can take out the battery, replace the battery with a lightweight battery. Jackie Ding took out the back seats.
Ah, yes.
I mean, you can definitely reduce weight. There's a lot of junk in here that you don't need.
And Jackie Ding has been tracking these cars heavy. Like, he's all about it.
He's the guy. Like if
yeah.
he's doing it, it's legit.
Yep, 100%.
There's some play in second to third. You lose a little traction.
Yeah, I can feel that.
In MDM, it's perfect because I've never once felt unsafe. In DSC, that legitimately scares me.
Yeah.
You see these freaking guys with G80s.
Not without open roads, man. Like people just mac these cars so quick like that.
I'm from the New Jersey area, so that's all people do is crash G80s up there.
Dude, this car feels awesome.
Yeah, it is. How nuts is that?
Yeah, it is nuts. Oh yeah, this is
it's so good.
Clutch is way different than it used to be.
Oh man, it's good getting somebody to drive my car like it should be driven.
This car handles great, man.
Yeah,
so the steering is insanely light.
Yeah, you know, that's actually something that people say to not, that they don't like, sorry.
Yeah.
Basically, if you want to get that steering feel back, people have been doing monoball conversions.
That makes sense.
Bushing conversions.
Yep.
And you can actually, nobody's done it yet. I want to be maybe one of the first. You can flash the CSL steering.
Ooh, that'd be
M4
nice.
CSL steering, yeah. Oh, but once it hooks, bro, oh, it's so good.
This thing's good, man.
You got freaking air here. Jesus.
This thing feels great.
So I just tested Zoom's 920 horsepower G80 on the highway.
Yeah?
When those Musselmans kicked
That thing's nuts, dude.
I swear to God.
he's like breaking a bunch of records in that car.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the
yeah, well, hey man, you want to play that game? Go down that road.
I mean, yeah, you have to be somebody who's willing to pioneer the platform, or else.
Right. This
nobody
car can eat corners. Like this thing feels extremely
imagine it
confident.
on some Motons or some
Yeah,
V4s.
this car feels really confident in corners. Like I can feel it just this little taste of driving the car.
Yep.
It's this is gonna be a great track car.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean the
if
brakes
you go down that road
gigantic.
and you do what you were talking about doing, it's gonna be
yeah, it's gonna be spicy.
It's gonna be an animal, man.
Yeah. And I think the sound, like
it sounds great.
It does, because when you're on full tilt, you want it to be loud, but you don't want it to be loud like all the time, you know. I'm sure my facial expressions are like going from smiling to like, oh shit, oh shit.
Sounds great.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, active did a
Handles
good job.
good, feels good,
Yeah.
feels nimble.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
it doesn't feel like a heavy car. It's interesting that on paper it is heavy,
Yeah.
but it doesn't feel heavy.
These
when you
modern
drive it.
cars are just so good.
Yeah.
You cannot buy a car for 76 loaded and have it be this good. After packages, yeah, you're starting to encroach on that G80 price point, but you can be selective. You don't need everything.
The brakes are good.
I think I just did it because it was the first one and I was ready to get out of the G80. Yeah, an M1, I'd have no problem taking it into a city that has like noise ordinances or something.
Lost a little bit on third. Yeah, this thing's nuts, dude. I love it.
Nice. Right, you know you gotta rip this. That is breaking eardrums tomorrow, man.
So all right, man, this thing drives absolutely incredible. What a fun car. And if you see in the background, we have the IND G87, their G82, and their F87. Pretty cool. Chris, again, dude, thank you so much for showing us the car. This thing is absolutely so sick.
Guys, I hope you like the car.
If you guys want to follow him, it's Diverge M2, right? I'll leave it linked down below. Make sure you guys shout him out. Check out his shop too, RPI. I'll also have that link down below as well. Super fun. What a sick car. With the IND guys, we have their BRG G82 that looks absolutely nuts. The BBS's Alpha N, carbon hood. This thing looks wild, dude. And so this would be their G87 build. Gorgeous. These are the E9 BBS wheels. There's like a 1.5 year wait on them. This full kit would be the Alpha N kit. So fenders, all the carbon. They have the M Performance Parts over here. Same with the grills. Hood is obviously different. You can see the cutouts on the fenders. The entire fenders are carbon fiber leading back into the wings. Side skirts are different. Extensions, different. Alpha N, full cage, race buckets, CSL buckets in this car. In the wing, giving E36 vibes with the wing, man. It looks unreal. What a cool experience. Chilling with the IND cars, driving the first G87 that I've driven so far, all in one day. We're at the Poconos. I've never been to this racetrack. I've never been to Impact. It's a very cool experience. This car, I see this thing everywhere online. It looks so good in person. That's the cool thing about coming to this show. Some of the best builds in the world come to this show. R44 brought their G81 wagon that they just did a full carbon fiber roof on. That thing is absolutely nuts. Just being able to see a lot of the cars that you like idolize online in person is so freaking cool. So anyways, we're gonna wrap this one up. Huge shout out to Chris for letting me drive his G87, letting me do a little review on it. Man, I have to say, that car looks really good. I think black and the Toronto red are like the two colors for that car that are able to pull it off. And the thing with the trunk, my biggest gripe has been the rear bumper proportions to the trunk. Those sides of the rear bumpers are so big that they make the trunk kind of look funky. That Alpha N trunk puts things back into proportion in the rear end, if that makes any sense. And I know that that car is a very controversial car and a lot of people don't like it, but from a performance standpoint, it performs really good. And I must say, it looks pretty freaking good in all black with the BBS LMs, that Alpha N trunk, a little bit of carbon, just simple, tasteful mods. Car looks pretty sick. Anyways, tomorrow is Impact Day 1, then Day 2, which is all racing. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see you guys. But we will catch you in the next video. Peace out.